let's move on to the Kickstarters. Now, we have a Kickstarter coming up. Our buddy Brian over at Anarchy Models,
Yep, it's already live.
is bringing out some more
It's his high-speed stencils.
high-speed stencils.
Because he's
the
got
HS stencils.
Yeah, he's got the two variants. So he's got the high detail ones,
Yep.
which are a thin film with a sticky back that you can lay down on your miniatures, then peel off and re-stick down to its original sheet and
Yeah.
get multiple uses out of them. And then this, which is his high-speed ones.
Yes.
So
And this is a fairly robust material. You hold it over the top of your miniature, and then you airbrush through it.
yeah, I actually got the chance to sit down with Brian and have a quick chat about it if you want to take a quick swipe. Hey guys, I am joined by Brian from Anarchy Models to have a quick
everyone.
chat about his new Kickstarter. So, Brian, anyone who doesn't know you, do you want to give them just a very quick intro as to who you are?
My name's Brian Best. I own Anarchy Models, and we're probably most well known for the range of airbrush stencils that we do for the wargaming market.
Mm-hmm. All right, now you've came back to Kickstarter for this is your third Kickstarter, is it, or fourth?
This is the fourth one actually. We did one for our sticky stencils, the HD system, and we've done now. This is the third one for the HS stencils, the reusable. Washable stencils.
All right, well, we've got your Kickstarter up on screen. So do you want to maybe give us a little bit of a guided tour of what you're bringing to people this time?
Okay, so this is just the main page you see when you land on our project. Scrolling down tells you a bit about what we're doing. Got some videos here.
I remember these.
Demonstrating the use of the stencils. Further down, it explains the HS stencils, what they are. So they're washable and reusable. They're transparent, semi-transparent, so you can see through them to help you place them. They're washable and solvent-proof, so you can use them again and again. Thin and flexible. They're not sticky, as our HD stencils are sticky. They actually stick onto the model. They're very quick to use, and they're very easy to use. And you would normally want to use them with an airbrush.
Now, so the key to this is whenever you come to Kickstarter, it's basically looking at what new designs can I bring to people, what new ways can I let them, have stencils to actually put cool patterns down.
Yeah.
So the next thing we're seeing here is your new design list, yeah?
Yeah. So if you scroll down here, this is all the new designs that are currently unlocked for the this Kickstarter. We have some more geometric grids, which people always like. We've also got a lot of the creature feature designs here. Those are very, very popular indeed. And even though we've added to that range last Kickstarter, people still want more. So there's quite a few more here, and even the unlocked ones are creature features too.
I see.
So we'll be adding even more later in the campaign.
All right, well, let's scroll on down, because you do have pictures of some of them on here as well, don't you?
Yeah. So here we have a size comparison between them. On here we have two different sizes of stencil. We have the micro stencil here on the right, which is a very tiny detail stencil, which is just the one size. And on the left there we have the normal HS stencils for this campaign, and many of the other original ones. You get two sizes in the set, and they're just a bigger version of the same thing.
Yep, gotcha. All right, well, let's quickly sling on down through here, because you do have quite a few of them here.
Yeah. So here's just a comparison of some of the new ones to our original mottled stencil, which is very popular. So here's a size comparison. These are all sprayed at the same time on the same piece of paper. I just cut the bit out here to put the name in. So this is an exact size representation of the new stencils. So scrolling down, this is the tri-grid. This is the micro size, and you can see the size of the dimensions of the stencil actually on the picture here.
Yeah, just inches on the left, centimeters on the bottom.
Yeah. And we do a large one as well, which you'll see in a minute. This is the micro brickwork.
Yep.
Just again, the sizes are there for putting bricks on your terrain or onto your bases or something. This is the negative hex mesh. This is a new one. We've done it where you spray the hexagons on before. This is you actually spraying the grid on. So that looks quite cool. There's a picture of the actual stencil. And there's another picture of the in use there. This one's actually the freebie sheet from the last campaign, but people that weren't around get a chance to buy it now. Last time at Kickstarter, people kept asking to want to buy the freebie sheet, so we added it in before, so we're doing it again this time. Here we have the larger tri-grid. As we can see, it's very interesting to look at. When you look at it, you see squares and you see triangles and you see diamonds, and it's sort of quite psychedelic almost, I think.
Yeah, and while we've had you over this time, you and me have actually sat down to do a few tutorials on how to actually work these stencils onto miniatures, which we have in front of us as well.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at those in a minute. So here we have the less mottled. So this is the same size as our original mottled, only less dots. So there's the picture stencil there. This is the new blotchy, which is a much more random pattern. And a bigger brickwork. And even bigger mottled. This is very large creatures. And we have a picture of the stencil there. And this is the micro blotchy. And I believe that's it for now. So the rest are here are not unlocked yet, but there'll be more creature feature ones.
Yeah, so basically it's just more ways to basically enhance your miniatures.
Yeah, and as we can see from the videos, which will be being released at some point, and you can see from the videos that are actually on the Kickstarter or YouTube now, if you just search for Anarchy models, they're very fast to use. So you can get a very, very complicated looking effect in very little time.
Well, I mean, like we have some of these we have worked on this week, some of them we haven't. But you can instantly see just how cool the patterning is on these. And for this one, we did lighter ones on the top. And if I roll this big guy over, gently, Justin, you can actually see that we've also done darker ones in below. So even just changing from light to dark can really change the effect you're going to get with these.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do them difference on each side. We just did it just to try the colours out. But you can do a variation in size as well. If we look on there, we've used 3 different sizes on the wings, as well as the different colours, just to see what they look like. And just do some tests and stuff on something else before your main model and try the colour scheme out. Sometimes the colour scheme doesn't work. Sometimes the dots are too close to the base colour. You don't really see them. Or sometimes you might think it's too stark and you might want to have it closer to the tone.
Yeah, and then we also did one of these as well, which is an Eldar flyer.
Yeah.
And on this, we actually experimented with just the different scales and the different directions that we could bring the pattern in from.
Yeah, normally I always fade things from the front because that's how I like to do it, and that's how I've always done it. But on this one, we've actually done it from the back on one side. It looks quite cool. And I think it actually looks quite cool in a combination there. Some sort of aura going on around the vehicle.
And then there's another one we did with the hex grid. If you push it across to me, just so I can reach it.
This is the negative hex mesh.
Yeah, and then this is from the guys at Anthenocity's workshop. So this kind of makes like an energy shield look to it.
Yeah, so this one I've put it on quite sort of randomly almost. Like the field is kind of flowing and just flickering into existence in certain places, rather than trying to do it too even. But then on this other one over here, I have done it sort of much more even.
Well, I'll quickly take him off his flying.
And
don't worry, I won't break your mini.
It's all right. So yeah, it's much more even there, but it still looks cool as well. So you can do it either way.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's nice to have extra tools that you can add to your painting toolbox.
Yeah,
and I mean, like these are really, really strong because if I grab one of these, let's say I grab one of the mottled ones, right?
Yep.
I'll put it under close camera here, and I'll show you just how much I can bend this thing over and around. Now, I'm not going to go 90 degrees, but I can basically go really, really tight. See how tight that goes before you really feel the resistance in there.
Yeah, if you actually put a crease in it, then it will put a fold in it. But you can bend it back again. Yeah. But that is pretty tight curve. You'd be unlikely to need that on most models.
But I can actually feel the resistance in that whenever it's about to go. Yeah. So it's it's not easy to put the crease into it. They are super flexy,
but it wants to stay flat, so it's gonna flick back to flat again as long as you don't put a fold in it and score it like you would when you're trying to fold a bit of paper.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Well, the only question then is, how far can this one go? How many designs do you have in the background, or are you still building it as you go? I mean, could people throw ideas into the comments?
We have a few more. Obviously, there's 3 more here that I've mentioned that aren't unlocked yet. So we've at least got those. I've got another few ideas that I might bring in depending on how far we get. But also, if people do have ideas they want to do, we can possibly even fit it into this Kickstarter. It depends on how complicated the design is.
Yeah.
But if it's a good idea and it's doable in time, then we can fit it in.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, everybody, tell you what, myself and Brian will head on here. We'll get back to the main show. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Make sure and check out the Kickstarter. It's a really great tool set to use. Brian, thanks for coming in.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
All right, see you in a bit.
So we have Brian in the studio. He's
Yep.
going to do some demos, and we've locked Justin in the studio with him, hoping that some of Brian's expertise rubs off on Justin.
I'm going to be honest now. I did not pick up an airbrush.
Yes, but did he rub off on you?
Okay. I sat and I talked through some of the different techniques that he was using and why he was doing certain things certain ways.
Could you replicate it?
Badly.
Well, it didn't have to be goodly. I'm just wondering, can you do it? Do you reckon? Do you know enough to be able to do it?
If I scroll down to a specific one here, if I was trying to do something like this, I would say, yeah, I could probably do that pretty easily.
That's kind of nice, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've gone past all the cool stuff there.
Yeah, I love the way that
I already showed it off with Brian. In the
so
interview.
I love the one of the great things about these stencils is you take a model, you airbrush in white through the stencil, right, and you think, oh, it looks okay, and then he puts an ink through it and puts the ink over it,
Just pops.
it just goes,
fact,
it just comes to life.
One of my favorite ones that he brought along with him this time was the brickwork one,
Yes,
because you can actually do sort of plaster that's broke off with the brick showing underneath with some cracks, and he actually takes us through and shows us how to do that.
it's a really, really interesting product, guys. So head on over to the Anarchy Models Kickstarter. It'll be in the show notes below, and stay tuned because I believe imminently now we're going to be publishing those videos where you can see how those stencils are used.